And we got a feed.
Yeah, we got a feed.
Come on! I'm Josh.
I'm Larissa.
And this is our little Reef Addicts YouTube channel that we have. And this is Tyro.
Basically the passion started from we decided to travel around Australia about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think 5 years ago some memories come up on Facebook.
Yeah, and we didn't have GoPros or anything. We just travelled around, fished in a little boat and just absolutely fell in love with it. So we decided to move to Cairns and we sort of just went out as much as we could, just started catching some fish, and then one day we decided to just start filming it and then posted it to YouTube, and it actually sort of started to go well.
Yeah, we've quit our jobs now, so we're not going back to work. I've thrown my tools out. No more work. This is what we're doing. We're fishing, we're diving, we're exploring, and that's like happening right now. So I think that'll probably come out on YouTube before this, but yeah, we're full time now and excited. No, we're not calling ourselves influencers.
Just
professional movie makers with GoPros.
Wouldn't even go professional movie makers.
Average movie makers.
Just giving it a crack.
A lot of people just want to jump straight into it, and like young fellas especially, like I think it's super important to like follow your passion with fishing, but have a backup. Like go and do an apprenticeship, because you can still film fishing and you can still practice and get good at that, but get something behind you in case it doesn't work. I wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for working that would pay for the boats and all that in the first place, because there's not that much money at the start of anything. If you're out there and you break down, or you want to go to stations, or you want to go to remote places, they always need work done. So it's a step in the door to get out to like some really good places as well if you're handy. And like the best fishing is remote, so you need to be good with your hands and be able to work on your stuff while you're out there.
We've always had Shimano gear, so it was pretty easy for them to just jump on board.
Yeah, I think about 3 years. It's like one of my favourite reels before like the full fishing thing was like a Saragossa. Like it's probably one of the only reels I took around Australia that got bashed and beaten and spent so much time getting splashed and not washed when you're in remote spots, and it's the only reel I still have that works. It's had a couple of services, but their Saragossas are just bulletproof, and I mixed around with a few other ones that you know, take a flogging for 6 months, but that's it, and then you go to the shop and there's no fixing it. Some of their new stuff, like the Stratix we were using yesterday, you can just fully lock them up, and you know, you can fish a nice light reel all day long, and then you hook those big fish and you can still just bend into them hard and still get the fish up past the sharks. Today we're running Therese with a 6000 Gosa.
The extraction.
Yeah, the extraction's like a new rod we've started using, and they're just like an upgraded version of the Therese. Bit nicer handle, a bend nice, and then we had an 8000 Stratic. Oh, and your new little combo, that's got a little 6000 Stratic on it. What's the rod called?
The Talavera.
Yeah, that thing, that was weapon yesterday.
Hard. So we've got the Talavera, and then I've just got a 6000 Stratic. I personally like a bit of a lighter setup, so I can handle it a bit better, but it does make the fish feel pretty good as well at the same time.
New rod.
Oh, got a nice gold band snapper on the brand new rod. Just did it on a bit of a paternoster rig and just a bit of squid. So we pulled up to our mark and we weren't having too much luck, so we decided to turn the spot lock off and just did a bit of a drift, and this guy just absolutely smashed that bait and took me for a bit of a ride, and I'm spent.
Good fish, well done.
Yeah, it's huge. We're going to keep it or chuck it back? Oh, we're keeping it? We're keeping it.
Yeah, you want something like nice and light to hold all day, so you don't get sore, and then when the fish actually come on, you can really put it into them.
Put them in.
I just stole Larissa's rod and I've just whacked a little jig on and just cranked it through the screen. I don't know what I've got.
Day in the life of our rods and reels. Absolutely brutal. They get wet, they get smashed up against the gunnels. We're pretty rough with our stuff, so if you need anything tested, give it to us. We call everything, it needs to be Josh proof. We almost shafted the Captain Mag. No, not intentionally. We booked this in like quite a while ago, and then we got the call from BLA saying, can you come down to AFTA, which is like a big fishing trade show, and we're like, oh, I don't think we can make this work, but the boys were amazing and shuffled some things around. So we flew down to the Gold Coast, we went to AFTA, we flew back at like midnight and then went out the next morning. We thought we missed all the good weather, but the day actually turned it on for us, and it was rough in close, but then once we punched out, it just went not glassy, but it was perfect. The sun was out, the fish took a bit to bite, but they came on eventually, and we got the job done.
Yeah, eventually we got that job done.
We got it done. It was a struggle.
Well, I think that goes with your name, the captain. With being the captain, a lot of responsibility to put the crew on the fish. So I could see fish on the sounder, and I was thinking in my head, these guys are going to think I'm full of shit. Like, that's Danny's, that's the school of this, and we're not catching them. And then, yeah, you guys are awesome, like just roasting in the sun with us. And then, yeah, eventually, I think I grabbed your rod to have a bit of a jig, and then put the rod in Rodney, the old rod holder, and it's just buckled and bent over, and then we're into a few. So
ended up being a great day.
I can't get out of the spot, so I'm wedged in.
Rodney helped us out here.
Just come back a bit. Josh, that's it.
Alright, sorry.
Yeah, I'm wedged in. My arse can't move.
Someone grab mine.
Jig it around. You got colour. And that's what we're after. Big nanny guy. Oh, we set ourselves a task. Yeah, come on. We set ourselves a job. Man, it's actually been a tough fish. But the camera boys aren't here. We have all the fun. We work for this fish. Well, not really. I just put it in the rod holder. Had to go up the Rista's jigging rod. And oi, boom, boom, boom. Beautiful nanny. I'll get him in and we'll have a look.
Fish head out.
Can you edit me to be pretty like her?
No, it's going to take a lot of work.
Stradic 6000, absolutely loaded up. This is a much nicer fish. Oh, tuck it under the arm. Got this Stradic 8000, absolutely buckled. Extraction rod, big head shakes. Oh. Have a go. Look at this, big nanny. It's absolutely tanky on this setup. Oh, my back, my arms.
So then we decided to head in, have a bit of a relax, and then we actually fed some GTs from the boat, which was, it's awesome, it's good fun.
Epic. We drove into that little island and they just started charging up the boat. Like there's some fired up black ones and there's some other big ones, and yeah, they just started like cruising in and under the boat, and got to have a swim with them and whack the drone up and have a play around in the shallows, weaving some bombies around the island and playing around. It was
an
good
awesome
fun.
end to the day.
So we're going, obviously, like the Hummingbird, they've just come such a long way. Like their new Coastmaster like allows you to do some crazy stuff. Like their Google Map kind of set up like a, what would you call that? Like a satellite imagery that you can just switch to on the sounder when you're out in remote spots, and you can go and see where a river is, and then even like other coastal spots, you can see where the drains are. So at high tide, like you can go and see where the fish are going to be sitting, or if you're pulling in out the reef like late to like sleep out there or whatever, you can go and see where the lagoons are, and you can actually set like a 10 metre or 20 metre alarm, and you can just look and see where bombies and that are, so you're not going to swing around into them at night. There's so many features. Like you can have it mapping out the bottom where you're sounding, and it will reconfigure like the contours and that it shows you, like all your shallow water alarms. At the moment, we're just running the 3-in-1 transducer it comes with, and it's a rear mount, so we're fiddled with it a bit and got it going at about 25k an hour. We get a good read, but they've also got a through-hole transducer that I wasn't keen on originally, because I thought that it was like one that went on the bottom of the hull, and I knew the way we roll around it would get damaged, but I've recently found out it's actually one that goes in the boat and reads through the hull, so that might be something to add in future. Yeah, it's a beast Minn Kota. It's the new one. It's the big thing. It actually, no wind, no tide, pull up the motor, actually pulls us along at 9 miles per hour. So if the donk ever breaks down, I think we'll still get home, which is an epic feature. It's got a massive lithium battery, but this particular Minn Kota on the boat, it can actually be run as a 24 or a 36 volt, and the electric are all hooked up to the sounder, and we've got the remote, but we don't even have to use it. You just pull up, and even when the sharks are bad the other day, like we pulled up like 2.5k from the spot and just clicked with the cursor like onto our mark and just hit go to, and it just took us there. We rigged up our baits, got to the spot, it hit spot lock, and then just dropped down, and that was the only way we could beat the sharks, because they know the sound of outboards now. Like the sharks are getting so bad up here. So like it's just a beast, because it can just pull against current. And I think on like the bigger trips with the big battery we got, it's just gonna last so long having that size one, because often like with the currents and that, it's not really working. The prop speed's on like 2 or 3, and that's just gonna go for days on end. Yeah, we got a absolutely beautiful looking motor, the 115 Pro XS command thrust kind of edition, and cannot fault it so far. It's like so quiet, performs well, like punches hard. I think yesterday we ran out on all different angles and we ended up 80k offshore, 4 of us in the boat, come back through some slop. Like, you know, we weren't trying to conserve fuel at all, and I think we ended up using 85, 90 litres and probably did near 200 k's yesterday, running around trying to find the fish. It performs how any new motor should, and I think with the test of time, that'll be the real test for it. Boat history, man, we've had some boats.
We've had some boats.
Yeah, I think like a big reason to buying this tub was I had a 5 metre Wahoo. Very similar boat to this, very similar hull, but a lot lower sides. So yeah, this boat, the 510 centre console, Bill Fisher, Sea Pro, he's beefed it up. Like the old boat had like a 60 on it, which, you know, with 4 of us or 3 of us, like struggled. Where now we've got a 115, it absolutely punches. I think this thing pulls like 85k an hour with us 2 in it. Like all the live bay, we've got 130 litres like underfloor fuel. You know, we got 2 Epic Hummingbird, we got a Solix 12, we got a Solix 10, we got like wireless phone chargers, we got the big Minn Kota on there, we got like rear lights, deck wash hoses. I don't know that much about like why a boat ride's good, but you know, this hull's like super aggressive. I know it's got that 23-degree dead rise. This thing is smooth, eh?
It's good.
For a 5 metre boat that we can tow absolutely anywhere, beach launch, and do all that cool stuff that we do with our channel and all the adventures we go on. A small boat that's just super capable. Like yesterday we went out and fished. I think we ended up 80k offshore with 4 of us in it and heaps of gear, and it was fine. So with us too, we're going to be able to do anything we want in this boat. Pretty dry boat, eh?
Yeah.
We get that
for
crosswind.
a centre console, it's good.
Yeah, for a console, I was super surprised. I think I gave him a call up after our first run in bad weather, and it was like, man, it's like a good job. Yeah, the transom setup's kind of like a molded in jacking plate, so it's just the performance of it, like the way it turns, the way it grips the water. It's yeah, no, I'm very impressed and I love it.
Oh, favourite feature of the boat? Probably the colour. Not really.
It's such a girly answer, I love it.
It is.
That's so real.
I absolutely love the colour. It's, I don't know, it's probably one of my favourite colours other than pink.
This is a good little intro from the boys about us, but jump over to Reef Addicts on YouTube and see what we're going to do with this thing, because I guarantee it's not going to be looking this flush for long from the places we're going to take it. So jump over and have a look, see what we're up to.